Hi, Mike.
Hi, Betsy.
Mike, can you come out and play?
I can't, Betsy. I have been having nosebleeds and trouble breathing, and my mother is taking me to the doctor. My dad says that the air we breathe is not as clean as it used to be when we first moved to Fort Worth. My dad and mom talk about how gas well drilling and something called compressor stations are ruining Fort Worth. They are so disappointed that the city people let Chesapeake build a big compressor station near our neighborhood.
That's just not fair, Mike. Our neighborhood was here first. Why did they have to put those big tanks so close to our neighborhood?
I don't know. It just does not make sense to put something like gas compressors so close to a neighborhood. My mom and dad talk about gas wells and compressor stations too. My mom is worried about why I have been having trouble breathing. My nose bleeds sometimes and I don't know why. I have always been so healthy. Other kids in the neighborhood are having similar problems. I heard my mom say that a report from Cook's Children's Hospital showed an increase in the diagnosis of asthma in children in our county over the last few years. People say that this gas well drilling is dangerous to our health. My dad explained that compressor stations spit chemicals into the air we breathe. And even though we don't live next door to the compressor station, it's actually worse for us. A scientist named Neil Carman explained that chemicals go up in the air and travel a ways before they fall. So the chemicals aren't falling on the compressor stations. They're falling on the people who live nearby. My dad says that no one really knows what chemicals are in the air we breathe. He said Fort Worth spent over $1 million to find out how much pollution is in the air in neighborhoods that have gas wells and compressor stations. But we still don't know because the testing wasn't done in neighborhoods with gas wells and compressors that were actually in full production. Dad said the city people must think we are really dumb to believe that all those chemicals are not hurting us in some way.
How could the city do that to us? This is such a nice neighborhood. I don't know. Maybe the city didn't know what Chesapeake was going to do.
My dad said the city knew about it. The city voted on it. My dad said that lots of people signed papers and went to a hearing to say they did not want the compressor station. But the city let Chesapeake do it anyway.
My dad said that gas companies have too much money and power and do whatever they want in Fort Worth. He said that the gas companies have the politicians in their back pockets. My dad laughed when he heard our city councilman Danny Scott suggest that we not be too strict on gas companies for fear that they might move to another place. My dad said that Chesapeake has their headquarters in Fort Worth and will never leave.
Isn't the city councilman supposed to represent his constituents?
Does Danny Scott work for us? Or does he work for Chesapeake?
I don't know. That is a good question. My dad said that our new mayor isn't going to help us either. Her name is Betsy. Like yours. People say that Chesapeake endorsed Miss Betsy's campaign and that is why she won the election. She said that she was going to make changes in gas well activities in Fort Worth. I guess we will see where her loyalty lies. With the citizens of Fort Worth or Chesapeake.
My Aunt Esther was contacted by a newspaper reporter from the country of France. He came all the way to Fort Worth to learn about gas drilling. He told Aunt Esther that his country is trying to learn from the mistakes Fort Worth is making with gas well drilling.
Betsy, I guess Fort Worth is not setting a good example for other cities and countries. I hear that some people call Fort Worth Kaboomtown and Gastown instead of Cowtown.
That is so sad. Fort Worth has always been recognized as a wonderful place to live and raise a family. I'm scared, Mike. I hear adults talk about how our air quality has been affected and our water is being polluted by chemicals used to frack gas wells. What's going to happen to us, Mike?
I don't know, Betsy, but I hope the city of Fort Worth starts doing the right thing. Our future is at stake.